Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about topic the estimation techniques in Scrum framework. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management, Scrum framework and Agile and you want to learn about it. So let's start friend. First of all, I request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, whenever we are implementing or initiating any project, the most important and a very common question we generally ask from the team is that how much time is required to complete a project, because based on that they can have an idea that at what time the project shall be delivered to the customer. So in a Scrum framework there are several techniques are available to estimate the efforts required to complete tasks and user stories. So we shall discuss in detail one by one. So first of all, we have to understand that what is a user story. User story is a functional requirement or features required to complete a product. So first one is the planning poker. Friend, planning poker is the you can say a very mostly widely used technique in a Scrum framework. And in this planning poker technique, what we do, like we arrange a meeting in a conference room, not generally, and the Scrum team members, like the core team members of the development team, will sit together, and in that meeting everyone has a deck of cards. Okay, a deck of cards generally represent the relative estimates of efforts, which you can say a Fibonacci sequence like 0 1 2 3 4 5 8 13 20, and user story will be described. Okay, and that this is the feature required in a product. Now each team member select a card that they believe represent the effort required to complete a specific task or user story. After everyone has chosen a card, like for example I am saying 2 for a story, and you are saying 3 for a user story. Okay, once everyone has chosen a card, team member discuss their estimates aiming to reach a consensus. For example, I was saying 2, you were saying 3, so with a consensus we reach that okay, 3 is the right point for this story. Okay, so these are the relative estimates of effort. Relative means, try to understand here, for example the story 1 was 2 points, story 3 because it's more difficult, so that is why it will have a 3 point. Story 4 is more complex, so it will have a 5 point. Story next story is more complex, so it will have a 8 point. So based on the relativity and complexity among the stories or feature set, we define the points, we define the sequence effort to then, and once everyone reached on a consensus, we conclude the session. If there are significant differences in the estimates, so we shall continue the session till everyone reached at some consensus. Next one is the t-shirt sizing. T-shirt sizing means that this technique involves assigning sizes to user stories like a t-shirt size based on the complexity or the required effort for the feature set. Common sizes used are extra small, small, medium, large and extra large. This method is simple and less efforts required for as compared to the planning poker. For example, you can say story 1 is extra small, so it will require 1 sprint. Small means 2 to 4 sprints, medium means 4 to 12 sprints, and large means 12 plus sprints. So it is just an example here. So based on the based on the t-shirt sizing, you can do the estimation for the feature set. Next is the relative sizing. Relative sizing means that you are comparing the size or complexity of the task or feature set with one another, and instead of assigning specific numerical values, the team simply ranks them from smallest to the largest in terms of efforts required. For example, you can say this is the small based on the size, this is the medium large and extra large based on the sizes. Sizes means, now what is the sense of sizes here? It is basically based on the complexity level when we are comparing the one story to the another, and based on that we can assign a size to that. So here remember that it is very quick, straightforward, but it is not a precise effort. Next is the bucket system. Bucket system means that you can just think of this that virtual bucket, like based on the complexity and efforts required, we can say we have three buckets: easy, medium, and or difficult. And we basically place the we basically categorize the user stories based on their complexity level, based on the efforts required, in three different buckets like easy, medium, or difficult. Again, it is based on the complexity level and efforts required. Next is the hours or days estimation. Hours or days estimation means that, friend, it is a more detailed work required. Generally in the Scrum framework we generally do not use this technique. Generally, basically we use this in the traditional waterfall method. However, in the hours or days estimation, what we do, that we do the detailed breakdown of the task, and based on the confidence level or the ability to accurately estimate the time required for to each user story or feature set required in a product backlog. So to estimate, this technique is based on hours or days. For example, you can say we break the efforts in detail for a user story, and then we can realize that, for example, 5 days are required to complete this user story. Okay, next is basically next is the story points. Story points means that, friend, it is similar to the planning poker. Story points are used to estimate the relative efforts required to complete a task, in which, based on the complexity, time, efforts required, we assign points to the story or feature set. For example, I am assigning 2, you are assigning 3. So basically we discuss, and based on that we assign a story points. Again, a story point estimation is a relative estimation. Relative estimation means that, for example, one story was very simple, so we assign it a story point 1. One story was more complex, so we assign it 5. One story was not very complex, not very easy, so we assign it 2. So based on the relativity we assign the story points, and this is the relative estimation basically. Next is the Kanban estimation. Kanban estimation is basically the estimation which is similar to the Kan board. That means whenever a story is starting from to-do list, then it goes in progress, then it goes to testing, and then it completes. So from starting till done level, from starting to finish, how much time is required for a story to complete. So that is called as the concept of Kanban. So it is very similar to the Kanban board actually. Here, friend, notice one thing, that the choice of estimation technique is totally dependent on the development team, because development team is self-confident, collaborative, and self-organized. So they have to choose that which approach is more beneficial to them or more appropriate for the product completion. And also, Scrum also encourages team to review and adjust their estimation technique as they gain experience and learn more about their own capacity and capabilities and team capability. Basically, the main focus is to allow the team to consistently deliver high quality work within each sprint. Whatever the technique is suitable for you in a project, you can adopt that, you can use that based on the time available, based on the complexity of the sprint, complexity of the user stories and feature set. You can choose the estimation technique accordingly. However, the main objective and the goal is that to deliver a high quality product through which customer satisfied, and we achieve the high quality product as well. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you friends.